So today I'm going to be doing the butterfly layer cut, where I think the whole point of it is to have shorter layers up here and have it a little bit longer here, and then eventually look like a V towards the back, because all of this is going to be cut. So you could see I don't really have too much layers right now. They're kind of long because I got sick of the layers and now I kind of miss them. So I'm going to put this on my hair just to have it a little bit smoother, because my hair is very chemically processed and very dry right now. Anyways, I've been seeing the butterfly layer a lot, and I tried it on a friend of mine and I thought I would try it on myself. Okay, so this haircut is all about over direction. When you over direct hair, it will be shorter here and will progressively get longer as we go. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I want the layers even on both sides, I'm going to part it right down the middle here, and I'm just going to do 4 sections, 4 easy sections, because I can't really see the back. So I'm going to go from the apex here, which is the top of the head, right to the top of the ear, something like that. Okay, I'm also just going to part the back just so it's ready for me later, but I will put this out of the way for now. So these are my grown out curtain bangs. I'm probably going to use this length as my guide, so it's right around here, which means this is probably going to be my shortest layer. Haven't really fully decided. This is a huge chunk of hair, so to get the most even cut, especially because I'm working on myself, I'm going to use small sections. Also because I'm planning to use my razor and I forgot to bring fresh blades. So I love using the razor. A lot of people don't, for whatever reason. These are a little bit dull, but we'll see. So I just parted this out of the way here. So I'm actually just going to start by angling this a little bit more. And my hair is already drying because it's chemically processed. So when you're using a razor, it's really important to have the hair 100% wet, especially because I'm using a dull blade, which I would never recommend anyone to use. It's just that's what I have right now, and it's easier than using scissors. So I'm going to over direct here, and I'm just going to cut a straight line right there. These are very dull. That portion that I cut there, I'm going to bring that over to the other side so that it's the same length on either side. And then bring everything over. As you can see, my hair is not quite even, probably because of breakage, probably because of my last haircut, I don't really know. But I'm just going, oh my god, it's so dull. I might just use scissors because of how dull this is. So that's gonna be my guide. Why did my camera move? Just going to wet my hair again because keeps it drying. This part's a little bit harder, and I might just use my scissors. See how straight that is there, and I'm over directing it across my face. And I'm just going to point cut, because with Asian hair you never want it to be a straight blend cut because it's very coarse and it'll look too choppy, which is why I was using a razor, but that's just not working for me right now. Alright, so that's the first little bit there. Just going to refine it with a razor, just to kind of give it a little bit more of that angle. And now the other side. This is probably my bad side, so I'm just gonna go in with my, oh my god, I can't see anything. How do people cut their own hair? I don't understand. Everything blends anyways. Why does this keep moving? Stay there. Let's bring down the rest of the section. Alright, so more over direction. I'm probably gonna leave this part out and I'll deal with that later. It's just so I don't cut all the lengths of my hair. And one more time, over direct, same thing, over here. This is why I've been putting this off, because it's actually really annoying to do this by yourself. But I also don't really like getting haircuts. That's the thing with doing long hair, it's pretty easy to just fix it. It's not like that with men's hair though. Men's hair, it's so short, you have literally zero room for error. But with women's hair, I mean, people are cutting their hair all the time by themselves and it's just looking alright as long as you style it, I guess. So again, because I want to sort of keep the length the same, I'm just letting that like piece that just fell out, just letting that fall and kind of just live there a little bit. Again, I'm just gonna point and cut everything later. Nothing thinning shears can't fix. You can see the angle now, right? A little bit. Okay, I think that's all from that side. Let's move this out of the way so we don't get confused and try this side out, I guess. More water, add more hair, put this hair back, bring everything this way again. Okay, so this side, again, because it's blunt cut, it's so blunt cut compared to the other side, I'm just gonna fix it later. I'm literally looking from the corner of my left eye. It's so messy. Why is this so much harder than I imagined? Alright, so bring everything forward. So all the layers are pretty much just kind of in the front. I feel like I didn't cut it. I'm being a little bit conservative with this side, but you know what? This is how I'm gonna do it. Stupid. Why did I think of this earlier? The tension's just a little bit off, but it kind of works. So what I'm doing here is like I am over directing everything this way, and I'm trying to keep the tension as much as possible, just holding it like that. See how it has that like bevel on this side, but then this side's a little bit more taut. So it's a little bit hard. I wouldn't really suggest this on a client. Like I know people like to do layers like that where they bring it all the way up, hold it like this, and then they bring it down. It's okay. It's just there's always going to be like that little bit of release of tension. So technically it's just not going to be like as perfect. But this is all my own hair. But for a paying customer, I just wouldn't advise that. So there's that little bit that I was talking about earlier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring everything forward here. Point cut more into it there. That should be enough. You can see the angle now. I think I went a bit conservative with it because, I mean, obviously you can't take more hair off once you've already done it. So you always want to err on the side of caution. I've seen a lot of videos of people cutting their own hair and just taking way too much off right away. So I'm also gonna give it a blow dry and then go from there. That should be good for the wet cut. And then I'm gonna texturize it a lot more. Asian hair, you need a lot more texture. So I'm gonna dry it and see how it looks. Okay, I just finished blow drying this half of my hair, and I feel like now is a good time to fix it up a little bit. So yeah, so you could see it's like you could maybe angle it a bit more here. So now that it's completely dry, I can no longer use a razor because that should only be used on wet hair. So I'm just point cutting into it. like that, just to give it more of an angle. So this is what I meant earlier by I'll just fix it later. Alright, so that already looks a little bit better there. It could use a little bit of thinning, but I'm gonna get a color soon, so it might just thin itself out by all the bleach, which is what we call a chemical haircut. So no sense in thinning my hair out when the bleach is gonna do it for me anyways. What I realized after blow drying the top half is that this half is actually super thick. So I'll probably just go and use a thin shears. You could see that it's kind of bulky here, which is, I guess, okay. But the whole point of me doing layers is so that there's less weight because it takes forever to dry my hair. Actually, let me check my haircut first before I start going into it with thinning shears. So same process as earlier. I mean, I guess it's not bad, all things considered. So right here, I guess, again, I didn't go short enough because I was trying to be conservative. There. You can see that angle a little bit better. So let's take this a little bit shorter as well. I'm over directing it more to the front now, just to give it a little bit of a shorter layer. I don't even know if this is what the butterfly haircut is called. I don't know, it's just an over directed layer. I don't really know what name to give it, but YouTube is calling it butterfly haircut. Hairstylists literally don't name haircuts like that. Okay, so you could see the weight here. So I'm just gonna take it, bring it all the way up, like that. And I'm just gonna take some from the ends here. There, that already feels a bit better. So I'm just grabbing like chunks that feel thick. And I'm just gonna go right in, 1, 2, 3. And I'm sliding down as I go. So, because I want the ends thinner, so it blends a lot more like that. I typically keep my hair straight. So I'm twisting it so I don't take too much off. And I kind of just take big random chunks like that. It only works for thick, coarse hair like this. Wouldn't recommend that on fine hair, because you might take too much off. The problem with my hair is that it's so coarse that people usually don't take enough weight off, which is why I always opt to do it myself. I'm not entirely happy about this side here. Kind of struggling to get this layer, so I'm just gonna use no elevation here. So this is it straight. And I will show what it looks like when it's curled. Just a little bit concerned about this side, but I think it's okay. This is what it looks like curled. So you see how it pretty much hides. If I did this every day, I wouldn't have had to texturize it as much as I did, because you see how when you curl it and style it, it pretty much covers all of the little mistakes, I guess, all the inconsistencies. It all just kind of blends together like that. But obviously we want to try and make it look as good as possible. I like this haircut because it's honestly so much easier to just do a half turn and to get this sort of curl pattern. So instead of me having to do like a full turn, I really just need to just do a half turn like that. And it gets that nice curve. Cool. That's it.